Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back, okay? Again, I'd like to thank you all for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscription. It really helps my channel to grow. Strategy. Okay, responsibility and prosperity. Moderation in reverse. So I'm getting that some people, okay, a group of them, who are acting like pure animals, okay, they are strategizing, the fox, okay, they are strategizing surrounding some sort of prosperity, okay. They could have already taken some prosperity, or they're about to try and take some prosperity. So take what resonates and leave the rest. We've got moderation in reverse. They're not being very moderate with it, you know. They're not, if they have took some sort of prosperity, they're just splash spending it, is what I'm getting. They are splash spending it. Transformation in reverse. They're not bothered about, like, if they took some sort of prosperity, they're not bothered about them transforming their own life. They're all about transforming their own life, okay? My hair's been like this for hours, that's why it's all over, right? And then we've got the watchers in reverse. Okay, some sort of sneaky, deceptive behaviour. Yeah, it's from some sort of, like, maybe a motorcycle club. Okay, moving forward, speaking the truth surrounding a lot of illusions. Could be something to do with a motorcycle club. It could be something to do with sending people towards you with this watchers in reverse, okay? Snow leopard, to watch you. So there is some sort of people coming towards the divine masculine, divine feminine, okay? They've been creating a lot of illusions and confusions surrounding some sort of prosperity. And they could be very irresponsible and just frittering cash away, okay? Okay. And then we've got loyalty. This could be someone who you was loyal to at one point, and then we've got rituals in reverse, and then we have protection. They was, and then we've got cycles, okay? Doing some rituals, okay? Causing a lot of illusions and confusions under different cycles, different moon cycles, okay? Even sun, different moon cycles, different times of year, okay? So this has been persistent, some sort of rituals. Even banging on some sort of a drum. Biston energy, banging on a drum. People strategizing surrounding this prosperity, okay? Somebody who you was loyal to at some point, okay? They've shown no loyalty to you. They are only loyal to themselves and their own agenda. Also with these cycles, they could be trying to affect your sleep cycle, okay? Your menstrual cycle. Sleep cycle and menstrual cycle. I'm getting they can give it, but they can't take it. So some of these people can give it, but they can't take it. Alright? So when it's happening to them, they can't take it, but they love being the giver. And I don't mean the giver as in giving people help or prosperity. I mean, like, you could have showed loyalty to some of these people at some time, and they're expecting you to be loyal to them. Meanwhile, they're creating illusions and confusions and strategizing. Could be some sort of following going down. Then we've got connections, because they want to have some sort of connections. Or these people could be connected to other people who make sick 444, who do sick rituals. So they've been performing some sort of sick rituals, but with it coming in reverse, maybe they've moved on or something for a while, okay? I've had a lot of these rituals and that performed on me, okay, and my children, yeah, so I know it's not nice. Connections. There could be something to do with the connection, what you have to angels, ancestors and spirit guides. They want this connection to the spirit realm for themselves. So you are being protected, okay. You are being protected. Somebody wants your level of prosperity, your level of protection in regard to the soul. Somebody wants your soul purpose for themselves. So they could have tried to perform some sort of ritual. Then we've got kindness, you see. These people can give this dark energy out, okay? But they can't take it when that dark energy goes back to them, okay? They can't take it at all. 555. Maybe you've been very kind to some of these people and all they want to do is create illusions and confusions and have you like stalked by people on motorcycles or maybe you want to speak the truth about some sort of illusions and confusions and set the story straight. They're not even loyal to their group, okay? They're not even loyal to the team. They're only loyal to themselves. It could be people who've got a songiness. It could be people who also sing, okay, and write music, yeah. So maybe even other celebrities who don't want the truth to come out. Maybe you could have wrote several songs, okay, like myself. It's the truth. Several songs like myself, okay. Intuition in reverse. They want you to shut off from your intuition. 0707. Or maybe they are jealous of your intuition, your gifts, your soul purpose. And these are a set of snakes, okay. They know you are kind. They know you have a good heart. So what they want to do is they want to wrap around you, yeah, and squeeze the life out of you. So somebody in this connection, okay, who came in to watch you and strategize against you is now nothing but a snake. Got work in reverse. They could have tried to take some work. Several pieces of work. And this person, these people, don't want you to see your beauty, okay? So they could have tried to do some sort of beauty magic. Yeah, they've done some sort of beauty magic. They've been travelling around, okay, trying to do beauty spells on them, okay, make themselves look real beautiful, and then what they want is they want to suck the life out of this divine masculine, divine feminine, yeah, feed off that energy, feed off that energy. They need to evaluate themselves, okay, danger and secrecy. They don't want you to be honest. They want you to be a liar like them. Maybe they don't like that you are a truth seeker and you like to stand in truth, and they like to lie. They like to travel about, make deals with the devil. Could be linking to people who's entered into a secret society, people who's already been in a secret society, or if they've took some of your work, your music, straight up copy and pasted that, they've gained entry in a secret society of a straight up copy and pasting and wanted to monetize like they have with me, my family and friends, okay? So, they received some sort of a message, okay? They wanted to do some sort of crown chakra attacks, okay? You could have tried to be moving forward, or they could have even gone overseas, 5 of Wands, to compete, okay? Have you outnumbered with a 7 of Wands, compete for your soul purpose. So basically, somebody has been attacking you and competing with you for your own soul purpose. We have a King of Pentacles and a King of Wands. So Sagittarius, Aries energy, or Leo energy. Then we have a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, who has been competing for these gifts and these skills. But justice is here, okay? They want to keep it a secret. 4 of Wands, it could be someone who you used to live with at some point, or somebody who used to all sit at the same table with at some point. Somebody who sat round your table at some point is involved. Eight of Swords, they're going to end up getting locked up, but they was performing some sort of rituals, okay? Nine of Wands, playing games. There is rituals. So they wanted to join on in and perform some rituals, and they did it on the wrong person. But did they carry on? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And yes, they did. Did they carry these rituals on? Oh, yes, they did. They don't want justice, balance, peace or harmony brought in to your world. Okay? They could have collaborated, an artist could be involved, and they could be saying, yeah, these are my gifts and skills. But they're not. People in the hometown, local city, state, continent, okay, they all wanted to join in. Friends, family, in some sort of secret society, coven, cult, yeah, and they wanted to get involved in doing some sort of dark energy work out of sheer spite and jealousy. Love, I'm getting that you may have loved these people at some point. You may have showed some loyalty, okay, and all they wanted to do was create illusions. All they wanted to do was play games, create illusions, do binding spells, and try and do everything they could to get the divine masculine or the divine feminine locked up, okay, in some sort of physical prison or mental prison. So they've been performing rituals to get somebody locked up, so then they're out the way and they have all this prosperity to themselves. Sick, aren't they? They've done pretty much the same to me, okay? They know they fucked up. They know they fucked up. A situation is about to explode. There we go. Copycat. Somebody who's not but a straight up copy and paste, alright? Yeah? Wanted to gain entry into Freemasons, Illuminati, or some sort of satanic cult and coven, maybe a motorcycle club, alright? Maybe a coven in the local city, town, state, continent, okay? Definitely something to do with a coven, maybe even a church, maybe even some people who work in law, okay? They could be involved in letting these people straight up copy and paste and commit all these crimes, yeah? They celebrated playing games, okay? You were speaking the truth and they were celebrating playing mind games. Maybe they looked into the future. Maybe they went to another reader, okay? And that reader said, looked into the future, and they're getting found guilty, and they're going to be charged in a court of law. They're going to be found guilty, and they're going to be charged in a court of law, yeah, for theft of somebody else's work, monetising off that, then performing satanic rituals, okay, and sacrificing, quite possibly, somebody who's highly protected. Okay? The Chariot, linking to a motorcycle club too, who does nothing but witchcraft, black magic. And they was persistent, because they was dreaming about causing stress, holding that person down, okay? Making that person feel burdened and bringing the spirit of death. Could be a Virgo. Could be a Hermit. We've got Scorpio energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. We have Libra energy. We have Gemini energy. Okay. Someone who's spiritually protected with this protection. Someone who has a good connection to the divine. Okay. Angels and ancestors, yet they still wanted to perform these rituals, create illusions and confusions, an overwhelming amount of rituals. these people didn't want to see the one who they'd straight up copy and pasted and took everything from them. They didn't want them to be in the energy of love and prosperity. Maybe they didn't even want this masculine, this feminine to love their work, their own work, but they obviously did if they straight up copy and pasted that. Yeah, because they wanted to gain some sort of financial stability, them and their partners. Yeah, and they wanted to go on out, look, and sacrifice. I knew it. I knew some sort of sacrifice was involved. And then we have the lovers again. So quite a lot of couples, maybe even people who worked in some sort of art, okay, somewhere in the justice system, okay. Sacrifice, someone who's protected. Could be an empress, okay. Could be seen as an earth angel, but that's for some. They wanted this generational wealth. So even friends in the local hometown, they've been an enemy and been causing conflict, yeah? Maybe of your line of study, okay? Maybe of your new beginning, and maybe quite possibly some marriage commitment in the future, and they don't want that. They don't want to see you have everything back, what they've straight up copy and pasted, okay? They don't want to give you this generational wealth back, okay? They don't want you to be financially independent, have your own business or businesses, because there could be several different businesses here. They don't want you to have a new beginning or have some sort of marriage proposal. Even people from overseas could be coming on in to fight, to bring some sort of wounds or something. Four of Pentacles, because they're very mean and possessive. Very controlling, very possessive type of energy. They don't want you to be committed to being successful, okay? They could be trying to stagnate something. They want you to walk away from your own success, your own destiny, and your own happiness, because they want this for themselves. Yeah. So they've been literally working with the spirit of death and some sort of demon magic. Be really mean, 5 of Cups, because they want you to lose your prosperity. Maybe even celebrities are involved in that, because they want to be seen as a son. Somebody else wants to be seen as the sun. Somebody else wants to be seen as a light of the world. So even they've been sneaking around, okay, trying to bring stress, okay, dream magic and mental magic, 1818. They don't like that you are chosen, but yet they want to break your heart. So much sneaky, deceptive behaviour, okay? Dream magic, trying to tap into your dreams. They've invested, because they love to perform some sort of Baphomet rituals. We've got a King of Cups here. Some sort of Baphomet rituals. So somebody loves Baphomet rituals and doing some sort of crown chakra attack and bringing chaos to anybody who wants to go into calmer waters. They're like, you're moving forward, Aya, and come on out and fight, okay? And then you have to keep standing your ground. So basically, they're having you in fight or flight mode. So could struggle with anxiety. Hold on. Could struggle with anxiety. They want you constantly in fight or flight mode, okay? They don't want to see you resting. They don't want to see you relax. They want you to always be fighting for your own generational wealth and your own prosperity back, because they're now but copycats, straight up copy and paste, persistently playing games and performing rituals and doing binding spells, okay? Because they're trying to get the person locked up who they've stolen from, okay? That could be in some sort of mental hospital, that could be in the prison, okay? Because celebrities are involved, maybe they have gone into local law enforcement, okay, and said, yeah, I'll give you some gifts and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, I've always loved you, I think you're great, keep an eye on them for me. Well, yeah, and again, it could be someone who's guilty, who's linking to a Catholic church, yeah, some sort of Catholic church. Something linking to a Catholic church. Hiding something at a Catholic church. Could be trying to hold money at a Catholic church. Message of concern. Ooh, one of these people who's been involved in straight up copy and paste, someone who's very dangerous, could have recently got married at a Catholic church. Yeah, they've got involved in theft. Okay, and they could have been travelling the world, okay, got married, here she is, alright, with a community of crooks, alright, was all going to face a proper judge, alright, and guess what they're going to have to do? Pay everything back, what they've stolen. They could have tried to go overseas. They wanted this person to be labelled as a nutter. She was going along with it in courtroom. Yeah, okay. And he was like, yeah, darling, absolute loony bin. Absolutely. But they've all been messaging each other, putting a lot of work behind the scenes with these fucking official people who they've been courting and dating behind the scenes, yeah, lovers, okay, linking to family, and they're all going to lose everything. Not hiring. They're never going to be able to work again. They're never going to be able to work again because they're all getting locked up. They're going to get found guilty, okay? They are going to get found guilty. There's going to be a gift and then high honour. I put that back, okay? Somebody's going to put respect on this person's name. And then these people in the community are going to have to learn to respect the person who they've stolen from, okay? They're going to have to learn to respect that person. Yeah. Expectation, high honour, and there's going to be an ending to all this, okay? And that's going to be brought to the light. The truth will always come to the light. But they're all going to get locked up. Anyone who accepted money to turn a blind eye, okay, and maybe use money to bribe a child or children to file false reports, they're going to get locked up for that. They could have even tried to, yeah, do a lot of dark energy and threaten child or children to lie. Because I'm getting that somebody wanted to stay a wealthy man, which is concerning, and I was thinking, what do you mean? You're ill. You're ill. She's ill. Of course she is, especially when she gets life in prison. And all that moolah going to come back, darling. And if they've bought a house, a home, some sort of property, some sort of investment, that's all going to have to get taken. Yeah, they got to sell on it. And they're like, what do you mean? We've got to sell it. Yeah. Any money what's being put offshore, overseas accounts, alright? This stupid cow, she just wanted to get involved because she wanted to be seen as a privileged lady. She's got to appear in front of a real judge, yeah? The judge is going to know they're nothing but a fake and a fraud, and she just wanted to join in because she wanted some of this sudden wealth and great fortune, yeah? So they're all going to get locked up, and I was thinking, they thought that they was getting away with it. And when they appear before the judge, they go, I'm struggling with my mental health, my back, my neck, and all that, and they're going to be like, well, we all have our mental health struggles, but there's no reason to do all this shit. And she'll be like, I know, but I've always struggled with my mental health. I've always struggled with my mental health. Look, I've always struggled with my mental health. I always get really bad headaches, and yeah. And he's like, I've always struggled with my mental health. And she's like, I've always struggled with my mental health. I've always struggled with mental health, so why would you all team up together to try and destroy somebody else because they want this sudden wealth for themselves? Why would you all do that? Why would you all team up to do that? You know this person is on their own quite a lot, so why would you team up, perform these rituals, try and sacrifice this person, ritualistically abuse this person, pay for fucking spell work, gang stalking, and look, keep performing these rituals, 8 of Swords, bind this person, and then sacrifice this person, 9 of Wands, thinking it's some silly game, when it's not. And they'll be like, how old are you? Why are you acting like a 6-year-old spoilt little brat then? And they'll be like, how old are you? Why are you acting like a 5-year-old child? Then they're going to pull her up and go, and why are you acting like a 2-year-old? And then they're going to be like, I don't know what to say, Your Honour. I don't know what to say. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. Trying to attack somebody when they're trying to work. Why would you do that? Oh, I don't know, Your Honour. Why would you try and block somebody from working, okay, and sacrifice that person? Because we wanted to take everything, and what? And this person kept speaking the truth and getting the news out there, didn't they? And he's going to go, yeah. And why was you working against this person? And they're going to be like, because I wanted this prosperity and I wanted to go see some celebrities. Why are you being such a fool? And they're like, well, I wanted to be an emperor. I was passionate about being an emperor. This isn't how you gain being an empress or an emperor. Okay? That's not how you gain being seen as an empress or an emperor in the tarot. Alright? But these enemies want to cause some sort of anger and have some sort of a situation explode with all the lies, with all the travelling, with all the shaking hands, with all these performing rituals and ritualistic abuse. And then quite possibly, yeah, the light worker, starseed, okay, the real person who you straight up copy and pasted, snatched everything from, why would you want to murder that person? Because we just wanted to block anyone, 27. Investing in this person, Your Honour. Why would you want to block anyone from investing in this person? Because we thought if we all teamed up, 2 of Pentacles, and labelled this person as mentally unstable, we'd get away with trying to end their life. 6 of Cups, from family, children, 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords. Why would you pop on off and try and do a separation spell between mother and child? Because we wanted to block love from them, Your Honour. And we wanted to kill them from the inside out. There could be a high priestess. We wanted to take their full world away from them. But why would you want to do that? And why did you also take some money, okay, to label someone as mentally unstable while you were attacking that person? Because you was all jealous, Your Honour. Okay. All jealous, Your Honour. And then the judge, because this could also be a female judge who loves to bring justice, okay? So this could be a female judge, okay? It's like a hierophant or a high priestess. Why would you not want this person, after taking everything and sacrificing this person, taking everything apart, trying to end this person? Why would you not want this person to experience love? Because we want power and control over that person, Your Honour. We just wanted to team up with friends and perform rituals and gain power and control over this person. Why? Because we didn't like that they were seen as a star. We didn't like their sole purpose, yet we wanted their sole purpose. No way. They're all getting locked up. Why would you get online to an assassin to study and follow this person? Several different assassins. This is going to be hitting the news. 8 of Wands. Why would you contact several different hitmen abroad, people on motorcycle clubs, okay? Several different hitmen. Why would you do that? Because we're very toxic, Your Honour. That's what they're going to be like. And then why would you want to take their full world? Why would you want to take their spiritual knowledge, their spiritual gifts, and their manifestation skills? Because we love the thought of us having all this. We've got High Priestess. We love the thought of having all this for ourselves, Your Honour, and we just wanted them to look like they was lacking, all right? Because you are all lacking in your world, and you're all going down, family involved, okay? That's been illuminated. They've all been spying, and they're passionate about spying and stalking, causing chaos and trauma persistently. 9 of Wands, playing games because they don't like that this person is independent. They've tried to take several different businesses or business ideas, okay, split the money amongst themselves and spend it on gang stalking. Why would you get involved when you serve to protect? Why would you get involved? Because I just wanted to create illusions and move forward in your own love relationship, yeah? And break people's hearts. And then block them or get them mad and angry and think I'm tired, cruise, mate. So much backstabbing. It's so hot in here. So much backstabbing. Why would you not want to see this person be successful? Could be Hierophant, okay? Could be High Priestess. Why would you not want them to see them to be successful? Why would you want to do all this and think you can avoid judgment? And they're all gonna get life in prison, okay? A lot of people in this city, state, continent, hometown are getting life in prison. Even their partners. Because their partners are just as toxic as them for collaborating, okay? To attack somebody, crown chakra attacks as well, persistently, and play games and think it's funny. Because we thought it was funny at the time. And then this judge is going to be like, I don't think you're funny, this is a powerful judge. I don't think you're funny, deliberately causing stress and trying to weigh somebody down and hold them back, yeah, and get them locked on up, yeah, and binding spells and sacrifice this person. She'll be like, I don't think you're funny. I don't think you're funny, thinking you're joining into a secret society, and she's going to, strong justice, because she strongly loves to bring justice under Archangel Michael, okay? There's going to be a tower moment in their life, and there's going to be a persistent backfire, and these game claims with them inside of the prison. He's losing his job, because he just wanted to bring conflicts to an Archangel, because they was jealous of gifts and all. Someone who came from overseas, they're under judgment, and once they've served their time in prison for all these sneaky, deceptive attacks, trying to make Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine angry and do some sort of Baphomet rituals, okay, and then trot around Nut's house and what have you, yeah. So basically, when they've spent the time, somebody who came into the country, yeah, they're going to get deported back to their family abroad. Yeah, they're going to get deported to their family abroad. Because it's been illuminated that they've been spying on this person too. And sneaking around and sneak attacking. No way. No way. And no way. No way. There's a lot of people in the local city, town, state, continent, up and down country, wherever, getting involved in this, look. Several different attempted murders, and they was committed to getting the job done. People from family, 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, even child, or children, 4 of Swords, and then they want to trot around, yeah, and act all successful and gain some sort of recognition for even doing it to children, because they was dreaming, okay, about taking all this prosperity when they're lacking a destiny, because they're going to prison, and even attacking the youth. even trying to sacrifice the youth for their destiny. Several different attempted murders on the children too, or child. So they're going to get life in prison. Attempted murder after attempted murder after attempted murder. Why would you think it's funny? You're a full-grown woman. You're the child or children's grandmother, aren't you? And you're the child or children's grandfather, are you? And you're supposed to be their fucking auntie, aren't you? Why would you want to do that? Because I was in a gang and I thought I were real hard and I was like, go along with it. Say your mammy is mentally unstable. Collaborate with me, okay? Investing, bringing trauma persistently and playing games, and then they're trying to sacrifice the kids as well because they don't want the kids to have their own financial stability. Look. No way. No way. They're all going to get life in prison because they've even been attacking this person since there was a child, and then as they've grown up and had children themselves, okay, they performed rituals and sacrificed them and took everything, took control of the children, okay, did black magic on the children, sacrificed the children as well, the innocent, the youth, attacked them because they thought they was all courageous and powerful, did they? They're getting life in prison. They're getting life. They're getting life. This is going to hit worldwide news. This local hometown, this community, this family, these friends, several different attempted murders on one person and their children, all out of sheer spite. Yet they collaborated out of sheer spite because they wanted these gifts. They wanted some of this money under the table, all right? And they've even been following the kids. They've been following the kids, and they want the kids to think they're going loopy over all these gangs and groups fighting with a mace of swords. No. Then they wave the wands around, okay? Go to other people, go to all these places, wave the wands around, cause stress, cause burden, okay? Keep this person weighed down and hold this person back, and I'm thinking, you're disgusting. I can't wait for them to face this female judge who's a real good judge. Okay, she's got a very strong connection to Archangel Michael, and she's very powerful, this judge. Okay, she knows a lot about these secret societies and these secret groups, gangs, stuff, whatever they want to fucking call themselves, because they're stupid idiots. And she works, and she's got a very strong connection to Archangel Michael. Yeah, even she knows these people are going to be burning in hell. That's because I'm have the heating on there. Why it's so hot. 1 minute I'm freezing. Next minute I'm too hot. I'm getting that this judge loves to see healers and starts expanding. Okay? She loves to see healers expanding. Yeah? She's a really good judge, and she's going to be bringing justice surrounding this, they're going to get found guilty. Ace of Swords, the truth. People in a local hometown, city-state, continent, several attempted murders because they're jealous of someone else's independence, someone else's prosperity, okay, and they all wanted that for themselves, so they collaborated to cause stress, okay. Oh no, my feather, it's blown off. Oh, that was supposed to have got blown. Little feather what I just randomly found on my laptop the other week after I got out the shower, and I was praying to the Most High, you know, for justice and obviously what have you, and to heal from what I've gone through and the kids and everyone, you know. And then that was just resting on my laptop. So yeah, she's got a very close connection, this female judge, okay, to the Most High, and evidence has been getting gathered behind the scenes. She knows how to cut through these illusions. Discreet. They've been discreetly gathering this evidence because they know the one who's speaking the truth, yeah, is being honest. Alright? And they're in for a new chapter, and maybe they could help solve some sort of mysteries, and there could be some sort of partnership, okay? There could be some sort of partnership coming towards They're all getting locked up. They're all getting locked up. They're all getting locked up. This female judge is absolutely amazing. And I mean, she's absolutely amazing. I'm picking up on the energy. Like I say, she works very closely with Archangel Michael. Okay, she works under the divine and she fights to bring people justice surrounding some sort of ritualistic abuse, which is amazing. This is amazing. I mean, I know it's bad. All this is bad what they've done, yeah? But surrounding the energy of this female judge who fights to bring justice surrounding ritualistic abuse, okay? Satanic abuse, okay? Because there is this here, ritual, okay? It's a caution. These people are they're under investigation. They've been gathering evidence for a long time. Wow. Maybe a lot of these wanted to spend this prosperity on doing drug trafficking. Yeah, drug trafficking. Buying large quantities of drugs, and that's why they keep getting raided and raided and raided, because all this evidence is going to be presented in the courtroom and it's going to be a unanimous decision. And they're like, but why was you performing all these rituals? And then saying that this person's a liar, and then spending it on maybe saying that this person's really promiscuous, you know. And tried to kick the one who they took from to the curb. We're just jealous of the emotional intelligence, Your Honour. Yeah, but you're all toxic, okay? And had you returned to Jesus, yeah, then maybe you wouldn't be so toxic. Because they are very, very toxic. And these relationships with each other, it's just toxic upon toxic upon toxic. They've been under investigation for years. But as I'm reading through this, yeah, there's a lot of entities, okay? There's a lot of parasites. There's a lot, yeah, because this is what they are. They're like a parasite. They latch on to anybody, okay, and just drain them dry of all their energy. So there's a lot of energy draining. Fake friend coming from a fake friend, setting the record straight, okay? There's a fake friend who's angry, yeah, because they've been caught out, been a toxic, slivery, slimy snake, and they go, I don't hate this person. Do you know what I mean? Loves to bring drama, okay? But then, when this person keeps fighting back, they like to recruit, and then they go, oh, I'm real sorry. But it's a fake apology. Always being a fake friend. Always being a fake ass friend. Always being fake friends. Always being jealous, okay? Always wants to slither around with anyone's other fellas. You know, 16,000 Ds a week. Got harmony and harmony. Double up on the harmony, which is again like Archangel Michael energy. Friendship. You could have maybe tried to bring a harmony into their world, a bit of peace in their world, a bit of love, and all they wanted to do was backstab and sleep around with fella. Yeah, and perform rituals, but every time they've been popping on off, they've been getting recorded. Yeah, whichever shops they've been going in, whichever businesses they've been going into, to get these spell work done, because there's a lot of spell work, they've been getting watched by undercovers. Complete commitment in reverse. Maybe they didn't want to see this person be in a committed relationship. A twist in the tail. They're very twisted. An unexpected change you did not see coming. You have a mighty shield. They're jealous of the level of protection. Reconsider your alliances, make new connections. So something surrounding making new connections. Because everybody in this circle is toxic. You will not let fear stop you this time. Because of the stalking and these attacks and these rituals, they want you to fear them. It's time to become a great leader. This is why there's going to be respect put on this person's name. Heed wide counsel. Listen. I will watch over you. So I'm getting that these undercover investigators are watching over this person, okay? And maybe this female judge. Find solutions in unknown places in the darkness. Something's going to be resolved. 2 kittens you must choose in reverse. And then we've got, I will watch over you. But these fake friends are always watching and they always get angry and mad. Yeah? Do whatever they can to bully, get you mad, so when you kick on off, they go, she be nasty to me. What you being nasty to me for? And then they want you to apologise to them when they're the hater. They always have been. They might like to wear a bit of red lippy, alright, and always slither and slide into the bed with absolutely everyone on the estate. City, state, continent, everybody's had them. Everyone has. 46. Everyone has. They're going to fall apart in the courtroom because they've been getting a lot of sex magic done as well. They've been popping and off to somebody who knows how to do sex magic. Okay? And they've been paying for sex magic. Enemies, look, I'm really horny. I'm horny all the time. I'm horny all the time. It's like, just give it a rest, alright? Do you know what I mean? Like, just go a day without it. Yeah, so this is hitting the muse. It could be some sort of sex cult. People who love to try and manifest off other people's prosperity, okay? Manifest off other people's prosperous energy field, okay? That's why they're draining 47. Could be doing this to a high priestess, okay? And they want some sort of recognition. They wanted to go on holiday, and there was even sending an overwhelming amount of spell work from when they was on holiday too. They're going to get found guilty, because even if they went to holiday, these fake ass friends and family members, okay, the undercover investigators went with them on holiday without them knowing, okay. That's why they can't run away, because even when they was getting a room, yeah, and then spell work, and then what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, are you alright? Yeah, we're on holiday, we're in our sunnies and stuff like that. They was trying to pay for readings, okay, and spell work when they went on holiday. But I'm getting these undercover investigators even went on holiday 48 with them to gather more evidence. Even these police officers, corrupt police officers, who wanted to burn evidence, there's a lot of evidence there as well. Once upon a time, burning evidence, trying to take some sort of money under the table, and now they're going through a divorce. So some police officers, yeah, they don't want to hear that. Some police officers could have took some money, okay, under the table, surrounding some sort of prosperity, and they could have got married off the back of somebody else's sudden wealth. Yeah. Or they could have tried to marry this person, then backstab, betray, maybe a doppelganger, supposed to already be married to this person. So it could even be a fake wedding, or somebody who got married and or some sort of engagement and ready to be getting married, overtaking some sort of sudden wealth. So because there's quite a few people involved, some people have already got married, of taking some sudden wealth. Alright. Some people was trying to pay off the mortgage, alright. The rest of the mortgage, what they owed. Some people was trying to, what else was I doing? Pay off the apartment, okay. Some people was trying to buy some sort of building, okay. Somebody else was trying to buy a plot of land. Yeah, the ones who's courting and dating right now could be engaged, could have been planning to get married, okay. Yeah, look. Distant horizons, message of concern, fake, false person. They're only getting married, yeah, to try and get somebody else jealous, but that's just a false wedding. And then something surrounding, they could have tried to make out like they was this person who they've stolen from, maybe even throat chakra magic, yeah, in order to claim their money. But I am getting, some people are getting divorced. When it all comes out, they're all going to be known as worldwide fucking haters, worldwide jealousy. Alright, I don't know why I got them there. Alright. And they've been caught. So one of these investigators could be helping set the record straight. Okay. So these undercover investigators, and even maybe this judge at this point, may be helping gather some sort of evidence or what have you, know that these people are very envious. These police officers who are caught burning evidence are trying to delete some sort of hard drive, getting in on the straight up copy and pasting. They're all losing their jobs too, and they're going to get divorced when they're in prison. Okay, they're going to get divorced. Some of these when they was in prison, when they're in prison, and there was like, yeah, we got married, and it looked like a right good wedding, didn't it, on the day. But I don't hate this person there. Yes, you do. You're all a set of haters, and they're going to get put in prison for life, yeah? For all these attempted murders, all this robbery, okay? Spending it on side pieces, because they felt really insecure, and they needed all these promiscuous women all over, all the time, yeah. Yeah, okay. So some of them was getting watched while they was going to see, you know, these sex workers, alright. Then if there was like, going to get sex magic done, they was getting watched, alright. Also, if the one who they'd stolen from was having any encounters, yeah, they was trying to spy on these family members, these friends, these false fake ass friends, alright, trying to watch it. So they're getting done for stalking, okay, sacrificing, ritually abusing somebody, alright, and they're going to get sentenced. And then they spent a lot of the money on drug trafficking. And that's why they keep getting raided. And that's why they keep getting raided. Even when they travelled around, alright, meeting on up, travelling around with the pals, swapping all drugs and stuff like that, passing guns around or whatever, wanted to keep it a secret, because they had connections with people who worked in certain areas, yeah, and that's how they got away with these crimes for so long. They could be in recuperation right now. They'd be like, shh, we'll keep it a secret, alright? Don't tell anyone, it doesn't fucking matter. The undercovers have been watching, alright? They could have actually killed other people before, alright? So they could actually be getting charged with an actual murder or actual murders, but the one, maybe who they tried to sacrifice, had a rebirth. And then they went through a transformation. But we've got danger of loss. Then we've got justice, honesty. They're going to have to be honest in the courtroom this time. Then their partners, okay? Everyone who took money under the table, okay? They just wanted to get in on drugs trafficking, alright? Thinking they was well hard, like, look at me, man. Got a shit ton of drugs, man. Caution. Maybe drinking, getting some refreshments, but this has been going on for a long time. A long time. But as I'm tapping into it, I can feel on my back, 5555. It's what they want. They want you to feel weighed down. They want you to feel burdened, alright? Outnumbered. I can't believe how many people is getting locked up. There's a lot. And there's a lot. Corrupt law people. Because Archangel Michael is rounding this family and these families of enemies up and bringing that generational wealth back. And they, with these chains, are going to be put in handcuffs. You're going to get locked up. So anyone here, if you've been doing black magic and ritually abusing somebody, yeah, you've now been locked in spiritual prison, 5656, stripped of all your spiritual gifts. Then, this femme or masculine, who they've done it to, and child or children, is going to receive ultimate happiness, a happily ever after, financial stability, okay? Could want to invest in psychic children and develop their gifts. We've got 7 of Cups, Page of Cups and Temperance. Could want to invest or something or help people harness their own spiritual gifts and help them expand. Look, High Priestess. Expand their minds. That's why justice will be served. And that's why they're getting locked up. They want to be in cuffs. If they want to perform these like Baphomet rituals and do these satanic rituals, stuff like that, they're getting locked up. And then it's going to hit the news about this ritualistic abuse. It's a very powerful moon magic also, what they was doing, okay? To try and isolate the gifted person so they could carry on copy and pasting and ritually abusing this person and have them on their own. And that's what they do. That's why justice is going to be served. Okay. And then mental health services are going to be coming on in and studying how they've all been left out in the cold, how poor they are in the prison, and how much of a poor choice they made trying to do this to earth angels. Trying to do this to people who work with the earth angels. And then they're going to be like, I don't hate this person. Yeah, they do. Fake friends involved, the law. Caught, locked up, locked up, locked up, locked up. A lot of people locked up. Then the ones who wanting to celebrate, all they're going to be celebrating is like, you know, when they go to the shops, because I'm sure they have like little shops or something. I've seen it on these like prison documentaries or whatever on YouTube. they do like, they'll get like sweets and mash them all together, and then they'll all like separate it and give each other a piece of these mad concoctions. These mad concoctions. That'll be the cakes what they'll be getting for the birthdays, if they do get any, alright. And they'll be living off super noodles and, I don't know, pasta in kettles, alright. She will. She will. So she could maybe want to skip it and go abroad. She could have already been abroad, but either way, she's getting locked up. Even when they've travelled on trains, going up and down country, city, state, continent, okay? Because of the level of theft, the amount of money they've stolen from someone who was gifted, took a gift from somebody else. Because of that, okay, which was a very bad choice, just because they felt insecure and they wanted to do some sort of sex magic and make themselves look, the bodies look better, maybe even get some surgery, okay, get yourself a nice lippy, alright, her and husband, alright, no, her and husband's getting locked up and all, can you believe it? Nothing but a set of backstabbers, okay, nothing but a set of traitors, all for the right amount of money, but was not even theirs to take in the first place, yeah, all for somebody else's work, but was not even theirs to take in the first place, and then sacrifice the person, try and put hits out on the person, and think they're going to get away with that. So much work they was putting in behind the scene, messaging each other, thinking with the thoughts it was all going to go down, and she thought she was going to get away with it, didn't she? And she was expecting it to be happened by now, but it's not, has it? Because she's paid that much money. She even wanted to get child or what have you, murdered to cover up this theft. You disgusting old bitch. Even attempted murder on child or children. That is disgusting. Oh, they're getting it in that courtroom. They're getting it. Yeah, completion. Change. Illusions have been broken, okay? They don't want to bring no more conflict, okay? They don't want to bring no more conflict. Seducing each other with lies. Thought that they could be seen as some sort of a leader, but what they need is they need help with healing. They need help with healing, but hopefully they're going to be able to heal inside of the prison, alright? Because they're getting life in prison.